What is good, Josh on the School Game Man, back with yet another reaction video, baby. And today we are back with another death battle. I had to go ahead and scare her about the way real quick, man. We got Ganondorf versus Dracula. This is Zelda versus Castlevania. Obviously, we all know who Dracula is. I mean, you know, king of vampires and all that stuff. I've heard of the name Ganondorf, and I'm pretty sure I know some things about him. I didn't know he was in Zelda, though, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. I've heard about him from, I swear, from other things. Or that's not Gandalf. That's Ganondorf. So I don't know who this man is. But we about to find out today as we go ahead and see who's going to win this battle in this fight, man. Make sure you guys leave your likes, comments, and subscribes. Before the video even gets started, man, of course, you got to comment down below. Who are you rocking with pre-fight, post-fight? If you got that dub or that L. Today, I'm probably going to give my predictions right before the fight because I don't know one of the fighters in this before I just choose Dracula off bias. But hopefully we got another fight here on our hands. That's going to be some heat fire caliente. Let me know other fights that you guys want me to check out that I haven't done already. We have some on the channel, so make sure you guys just search Death Battle on the channel. You should be able to see the entire list of all the other ones we've done. Check them out if there's any that interest you or any that you haven't checked out already. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get straight into this one and see how they're even going to compare somebody to Dracula that drink blood. I guess maybe Ganondorf drinks blood too.
Fame may be fleeting, and wealth ephemeral, but true evil never dies.
It just comes back with a goddamn second health bar.
Ganondorf, the calamitous demon king of Princess Zelda's Hyrule.
And Dracula, the everlasting vampire lord of Castlevania. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
And y'all already know how these are recorded. I'm just going to give you a quick reminder as a little break here in intermission. We'll be skipping or editing out the backstories. I'm sure you guys already know it. If not, go watch the original link down below because I be getting demonetized on these. So I got to chop out and edit some parts out. So I'm going to watch it so I can get the backstory on, of course, Ganondorf, and then maybe a little bit more things that I haven't learned about Dracula. We'll get to their stats, though. We will show that, and then we'll get to the fight. So let's get it.
When he wishes to fight from a distance, he can create phantom horsemen or puppets of himself to battle as his proxies.
Okay.
Or if he wants to get personal, he can use his dark magic to enhance his physical strikes, making him a badass at all
That's where I remember him from. My dude is on Smash Bros.
ranges.
He's a master with a blade, sometimes two, and sometimes on horseback.
And sometimes two swords on two horsebacks.
Let's not get crazy. He was just a man, after all, though not for long. With his magical training complete, Ganondorf put his greatest skill to the test, his raw cunning. By manipulating the rulers of Hyrule and its neighboring domains, as well as a curiously familiar boy in green.
Hey, what do you know? Weird coincidence.
Ganondorf gained entry to an alternate dimension called the Sacred Realm. Within it lay the Triforce, a magical artifact left by the gods said to grant the wish of whomever touches it.
The perfect solution to all your world-conquering needs. Except once Ganondorf got his hands on those golden Doritos, two of them jumped ship.
See, only someone with a perfect balance of courage, wisdom, and power can wield the complete Triforce. If someone with an imbalance between those three virtues touches it, it splits. In this case, the pieces of wisdom and courage went to Ganondorf's enemies, Princess Zelda and the hero Link.
That's embarrassing. But he did get to keep the Triforce of Power, because who needs the courage and wisdom shit when you can just blow stuff up? That's how I live.
Even on its own, the Triforce of Power radically improved Ganondorf's strength and magical prowess, while also elevating him from a mere warlock to the demon king he was always meant to be.
Literally, he can turn into a big blue pig monster.
The dark beast known simply as Ganon is a nearly unstoppable terror, gaining even greater strength without sacrificing any of his intellect.
As a bacon wizard, he can obliterate foes with fireballs, turn invisible, teleport, summon darkness, and even distort the space around him.
Despite all that power and even successfully ruling Hyrule for 7 years, Ganondorf was soundly defeated and sealed within the Sacred Realm. There he remained, trapped outside the spaces of reality, a prisoner to the void between space and time, never to return ever again.
Sorry. I couldn't keep a straight face.
Yeah, no, he got out like the next day.
So nothing holds Ganon back for long, and he's insanely tough to kill. In fact, thanks to his part of the Triforce, he's almost indestructible. While most weapons can technically harm him, it usually takes a holy weapon like the Master Sword or light arrows to put him down.
He once survived being crushed within his own castle, which, based on its size and composition here, and accounting for the hollowed-out interior, should weigh over 11,000 tons.
Even better, he later withstood a different castle exploding around him. Wow, some of this guy in castles.
By measuring the size of the in-game castle model and assuming violent fragmentation, we can determine it was a blast worth almost 2 kilotons of TNT, a yield comparable to early atomic bombs. And even though holy weapons can bypass his defenses, he still survived being stabbed in the face with the Master Sword. You know, the literal blade of evil's bane.
Or like when he was impaled through the chest by one of the sages after he was supposedly sealed away. He just yanked that shit right out and murdered the bastards that did it to him. Heads up, Wiz, you ever stab me again and that's what's happening to you.
Right. Well, Ganondorf isn't just tough. He's powerful enough to punch shockwaves, tear up an island, and block out the sky with his magical malice.
Plus, he can keep up with Link. He's even killed him in one timeline. And this fairy boy can dodge Beamos lasers.
Which are literal lasers. They move in a straight line, burn instead of exploding, and according to the game's guidebook, are called lasers. So they should move at light speed. Based on the distance Link moved relative to this beam, we can estimate his own reaction speed to be about 11% the speed of light.
Okay.
Too bad old Dorf Lundgren doesn't get to hold on to Hyrule for too long. Still, you can stab and seal him away all you want. This big pork bastard will always be back to bring about your crispy demise.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, even after just hearing that, I might go to Ganondorf because they didn't tell you a way that you can beat that man. Like, we all know this Dracula has a weakness, sunlight. Unless of course that's changed over years. That's not actually true. But Dracula is like that, and then there's one other thing that he's weak to. But I didn't hear one single weakness that they said they could actually keep that man down for real.
Also, Dracula can shapeshift to his black heart's desire, like into a swarm of bats, a cloud of mist, and a wolf. Oh, I get it. The opposite to God, because he's a dog just like the way Alucard is Dracula backwards. God, I should do science.
He's also a master sorcerer, able to summon fireballs, meteors, and acid blood rain from the sky. Dark Inferno is a huge ball of magma that will fry anything in its path, and he can revitalize himself with another's life energy via Soul Steal.
Then there's his most powerful attack, a localized nuke of holy magic, the demonic Megiddo.
With all these powers, it's no wonder Europe trembled at his presence for centuries, though perhaps their fears were unfounded.
Yeah, despite being living chaos or whatever, Dracula was sometimes a pretty chill guy. He even got himself married and had a kid. Then again, kids are also the embodiment of chaos.
Sadly, the people of a nearby church grew suspect of his wife, accusing her of witchcraft. So they burned her at the stake, and Dracula swore vengeance upon the god they followed as...
Wait. Did he just get a total repeat of his backstory? Man, this guy can't catch a break.
He was even forced to battle multiple descendants of Belmont, many of whom would actually defeat him.
Well, sort of. Turns out Dracula is a much tougher vampire to kill than lame old Walter.
Even after losing his entire body, Dracula's soul remained tethered to chaos. Thus, he would be resurrected every 100 years.
When he wants to go all out, he can draw from the power of the chaotic realm and transform into one of many awesome monsters. Like a giant demon bird, a giant demon head, and a giant demon head in a painting that vomits out bats.
Dracula can punch hard enough to rend stone, move quick enough to catch arrows out of thin air, and even warp the fabric of reality itself.
He's tough enough to survive a lightning strike, get blasted by an enormous meteor, and even get crushed under the weight of his fortress, aka the Castlevania.
Dang.
By measuring the size of Castlevania on the game's official art, we know it should weigh around 2 million tons. Even then, Dracula has regenerated his body from decapitation, a mess of blood, and even full-on disintegration.
So how the hell does he keep getting killed by everyone from Discount Conan to the Ghost of Weeb's Past?
Naturally, with the help of holy weapons, which Dracula is certainly not a fan of.
Also, even when he's turned his body into some misty vape clouds, he keeps his head vulnerable. Because video games.
Or more precisely, his hubris. Dracula's blatant arrogance would lead to his ultimate downfall. allowing his enemies to sever his connection to the chaotic realm and thus end his cycle of resurrections. So instead, he was reincarnated
into a white-haired anime boy with the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Soma Cruz, who turned out to be just as powerful as Dracula Classic, like when he dodged beams of light or when he defeated chaos itself.
Dracula's influence and power would never truly end. Even 10,000 years into the future, his bloodline continues to strike terror into the hearts of men. As long as good and evil exist.
Hold up, that's his kid? What the hell happened to him?
No ordinary man can stand up to the incredible force that is the Dark Lord Dracula.
Behold my true form!
All right, and there it is, y'all. Before we even go ahead and get into the fight, go ahead and put your predictions down below. I don't know. I mean, I guess I didn't talk about any ways that I thought that you could kill Dracula. Obviously, as at holy weapons, did Ganondorf have a holy weapon? I don't think either one had. Oh, he had that giant explosion that was supposed to be holy magic. So I think, Bumper, we're gonna rock with Dracula today. Let me know down in the comment section, man, who you guys rocking with, Ganondorf, or Dracula. We're rocking Team Dracula. Put the dubs or L's at the end of the video to let me know if you guys got it right or got it wrong. Let's get it.
Your castle is lost, vampire. No man can challenge my power.
But what is a man? A miserable pile of secrets.
Ooh. Off the bat? No words, straight action?
I'm no mere man.
Hold on, my boy ain't slick. He tried to use the Itachi Genjutsu. My boy turned into bats instead of crows.
Your tricks mean nothing.
Ooh. Good kids. There goes the head. Oh, what? Ooh. Did I get it right? Oh, never mind. Come on now. There you go. Yeah, I think we lost this one, man.
I am no simple vampire. I am a god.
What are you gonna do next, man? Oh. think that's a dub. No Diddy.
You're right. You're not a man. You're a pig. Let me hear you squeal. Huh?
Wait, what? And he's just drinking his blood. That's crazy.
KO!
That's a dubski. We're bouncing back, man. Last week we got an L, but what do you say? Last night took an L, but tonight I bounce back. Hey, we got the dub. If you picked Dracula, rock with me down in the comment section down below. If you picked Ganondorf, put your reasons down below why you think they might have got this one wrong, why you got it right. And Dracula's, we got to defend my mans.
You know, I hope someday I can learn to drink beers as violently as Dracula drinks people.
There was a lot going on here. Both Ganondorf and Dracula show similar reaction speeds, with only a small % difference when compared to the speed of light. They were both brilliant schemers who have perfectly manipulated many intelligent foes, and their standard magical arsenals seem pretty comparable overall.
But Dracula did have a leg up with a few extra magic powers that Ganondorf just didn't have. Like how he could rip out his soul in a bunch of different ways. That's something Ganondorf never really had to guard against before. Also, remember how Ganondorf survived an explosion worth about 2 kilotons of TNT?
An admirable feat, to be sure, but let's look at that meteor strike Dracula survived. Based on its size, composition, and speed of ablation, it must have struck with an energy equivalent to 2 megatons of TNT, 1,000 times greater than Ganondorf's proven durability.
But hey, I know what you're thinking. What about that sage sword Ganondorf had? Shouldn't he have had an easy time killing Drac since it's a holy weapon?
In some circumstances, sure. Running this fight over and over 100 times, Ganondorf would certainly score a few victories.
Okay.
But when considering Dracula's absurd regenerative abilities, it would take more than just a few hits from a holy weapon to finish him off. Not to mention, Dracula also wielded a holy weapon that took advantage of Ganondorf's weakness in the form of demonic Megiddo. Yeah, I know it's called demonic, so it seems weird, but it is explicitly described to be holy magic.
And dropping a holy nuke on Ganondorf was a way more powerful victory move than trying to hit Dracula with a sword. And that's really what this came down to. Power.
Despite literally wielding the Triforce of Power, Ganondorf's potential paled in comparison to the energy Dracula drew from Chaos.
Okay.
Let's put this in perspective.
The Triforce of Power comes from the goddess Din, who made the Earth. While we don't know the exact amount of power Din put in this piece, let's just highball it and directly compare it to her.
So the energy attributed to the Triforce of Power could be compared to the size and energy of a planet. However, the chaotic realm is an entire universe, completely upheld by the power of the Chaos entity. That is leagues greater than the power Ganondorf possessed.
So it definitely had a lot more juice to give.
Try thinking of the chaotic realm and the Triforce of Power as batteries, which fuel Dracula and Ganon's abilities.
Okay.
Compared to each other, Dracula would be drawing energy from something like a car battery, while Ganondorf's would be more akin to a small AA.
Wiz, I'll give
That's
you
tough.
$5 if you lick that battery.
Ganondorf certainly held his own, but Dracula's more varied magic, greater regeneration, and enormous reserves of power sealed this desert warlock's fate.
Of all the ways to go, that must have sucked. The big pig's chances were slim to get none.
The winner is Dracula.
These puns gotta stop. No, I'm just gonna say these puns have gotta stop. But man, that's a dub. I think I do agree with it. Obviously, I did think that the holy weapon would match up pretty well with them, but that giant explosion was what I was banking my dub off of to finally kill Ganondorf. So they added that in, the fact that he had a couple ways to pull him out, pull out his soul, which would ultimately effectively kill him, and then the fact that he's tanked a way bigger explosion. Come on now. I think this was pretty straightforward, pretty standard, not even close. But let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy on the way out the video. If you enjoyed me, the video, marks to the video, and more death battles to come on the channel, man. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm going for the day. Peace.